Hello and welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. You may know I've been doing a series of videos about the attempted cancel culture, I guess, perpetrated upon Angry Joe, Joe Vargas. And I said I would keep you all up to date because I really do want to keep you all up to date on this. It has taken a very funny turn. One which was kind of obvious, actually. You could easily have predicted that this was going to happen. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But the accuser has deleted everything. Now, we don't know why she's deleted everything, but I want to take a look at, some potential reasons for that, obviously. Now, the latest, outside of the last few updates that I did, was that Joe actually released a statement, and his statement was probably some of the best in a situation like this. So I want to read through his statement because the deletion happened on the back end of this, and I think it's really important. Now, some of you may have read this, so I do apologise covering similar ground. But a statement from Angry Joe. It's come to my attention that someone I met at a public event more than 2 years ago and I have had no contact with since is now suddenly levelling allegations against me on social media. I want to be absolutely clear. These allegations are not true, and anyone who looks at the facts can plainly see that. I have no idea why this person has decided to do this at this time. Last of Us Part 2. But the fact that a defamatory smear posted on the internet can ruin lives these days compels me to make this statement. Well done. Here are the facts. This person approached me and my colleagues at a Twitch party introducing herself as a fellow content creator who was interested in hanging out and networking. We exchanged Twitter handles. She then DM'd me the same night at 2:16 AM asking to see me again. I agreed and invited her to my public panel the next day, then to a YouTube dinner meeting with account managers afterwards. She showed up to my panel with a male friend who was more than welcome to join us at any point throughout the rest of the day or night after the panel concluded. After my panel, we met up with my friend other Joe and we all travelled together to the hotel where she chose to wait while I showered and got ready for the dinner. At no point did anything improper happen. I never offered or suggested sex. At the meeting, I helped her network her channels with YouTube partner managers. After the dinner, my friend and I attended another party in a public place where she tagged along. At the party, she checked her bag belongings. At no point did I ever take her phone or purse or deny her access to them. In fact, she posted photos to her Twitter of herself with other people throughout the night, which is actually on her Twitter, so contradicts her own statement. I never grabbed, dragged, pushed, pulled, cornered or spun her in any direction as she claims. I did not make her stay by my side at all times as she claims, which couldn't be the case if she's taking photos of the people anyway. We mingled at the party separately much of the time. All of these facts can be confirmed by numerous people who were there that evening, and her own account confirms these events. In her post, she claims that she believed that I was pressuring her for sex. This is completely untrue. I never suggested sex. I never spoke about sex. I never touched her inappropriately. She's a grown-up, and we were out in public, and she could have left at any time. I was just trying to help someone who had expressed interest in the industry and my show, and I never imagined that this could, be a bad thing. Now, perfect response, and it continues. Sexual assault is an alarming accusation and should always be taken seriously. If I or anyone had committed an offence, then it should be reported to the police and investigate thoroughly. I urge this person to do that if she believes an offence occurred, so I can clear my name. However, instead of affording me due process, she decided to post false claims out of the blue more than 2 years later. The consequences is damage to not only my reputation, career and brand, but also those whom I employ, my friends and my family, all because many people don't bother to examine the facts, only the salacious headlines. Continues further. This is now a serious legal matter. On the advice of my attorneys, all my future statements about this will be through the legal process. My lawyers are sending this person a cease and desist letter. Of course, she is free to express her opinions about me all she wants. What she is not allowed to do is lie about me or defame me to the public and suggest that I am a sexual predator when I am not. If her defamation continues, I will be forced to take further legal action. I have been in the public eye for 12 years now, and all of this frustrates me so much because fabricated and embellish stories like hers do a disservice to victims of sexual harassment and abuse. I want to thank those who resisted the temptation to rush to judgment and took the time to look at the facts. Thank you for your support. I like Joe. I've made no qualms about it. I like him. I don't agree with all of his stances on stuff. Like, I just simply don't. But I like the dude. I just think he's an honest guy. Again, whether you agree with his honest reactions or not is kind of besides the point. I just think there's a distinct lack of honesty in the world, in people's interactions, how they talk and communicate with people. And yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I like him. Again, I don't agree with everything at all. But obviously that statement happened, right? That statement happened. And interestingly enough, obviously off the back end of the statement, Joe posted this. I also want to make clear in her own follow-up tweets, she walks back her story and now claims that I never assaulted her, which, yeah, is the case. And it says, I will be taking a step back from Twitter. It amazes me that people think the little follows I'm getting somehow outweigh all the backlash and result in clout monetary gain. I never said he assaulted me. I said his actions were predatory because they were. Thank you. And then it continues. Thank you to those who have supported me. No, I'm not ignoring you. I won't delete or hide anything regardless of what happens because it needs to be known that I need to take time for blah, blah, blah. Basically, she was playing victim card. And it was victim card. Like, you said you were getting, like, hate mail and stuff like that. Look, my dear, you've got your Twitter DMs open. Just fucking close them. Don't be an idiot. You know, my Twitter DMs are not open. Why would they be open? Like, what? I don't want people just to randomly contact me. My business email is in the description of every single video. People want to reach out to me, they can. Now, obviously, something's happened off the back end of that because this is the big blog post. Error 410. The author deleted this Medium story. Now, I don't know when this was deleted. I don't know. But obviously, there's a few things which could have occurred. The cease and desist could have included the deletion of this post, which I think is a perfectly reasonable request via attorneys and lawyers. I don't see why not. Why should it be up there? Especially when she is basically sharing it as things to not get hidden, right? So this is how it came to light, saying, yeah, I saw you making a list and wanted to make sure this was here too. You're purposely sharing it with people, purposely trying to get people to see it. You know, and then continuing further, you know, got a hate message. I'm surprised it took this long, to be honest. I mean, look, yeah, I have no proof because Joe didn't let me use my phone, but there's photos of you with people that evening, so you're talking nonsense. You know, if I had more proof, I would post it, and it may seem like a shock to some, but predators don't usually allow their victims to document the ongoing coercion and abuse. But you had your phone. Like, the thing is it's all contradictory. I'm all for believing people, but you can't present something which is contradicted by your own actions and then expect people to believe it without further evidence. Because at that point in time, the burden of proof is on you, right? Like, I'm not just going to randomly believe all women. That's terrible. And I wouldn't believe all men. Like, I wouldn't believe everyone just randomly. It's silly. It's a very silly, simplistic approach. And it's an approach that seemingly is just all about the best of people. Well, people are arseholes. So, wishing the best in people, yeah, although that may be a good thing to do, not always the case. And then obviously, you know, I'm getting hate messages. But your DMs are open. Stop playing the victim. You put this into the world, right? And you're just playing a victim. You're getting messages, so close your DMs, you fool. You know, and it just continues all this kind of crap. Basically, then she just tucks tail and run, which is to be expected as well. It's pretty normal for this type of thing to happen. Remember, this is a USMC veteran, so a Marine veteran. Although I was told once a Marine, always a Marine. So look, it's been deleted. It's been deleted. It's gone. Whether it's a case of the cease and desist working, and her realizing that she's got nothing, so she should have just kept her mouth shut, or it's a case of her walking it back. It doesn't really matter. This statement for Angry Joe is perfect. I said in my last update, the best thing you can do, Joe, is just not apologize for being a man or just being a human. This is just normal human responses, right? Someone messages you at like 2 a.m. flirty, you're probably going to flirt back. It's fine. There's nothing unreasonable about that. If you've got a problem with that, ladies or gents, stop messaging people flirty, whatever, God knows time, expecting not to get flirty messages back. Whatever. So there you go. There's the big update. She's deleted everything. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye. It'll be interesting to see whether she chooses to delete anything else. And I will try to stay up to date on that as well. But let me know your thoughts on all of this nonsense down below. Again, I like Joe. I've got no qualms about hiding that. You know, I do like him. Don't agree with everything he says all the time. But I'm more than willing to defend someone through... It's just slander, isn't it? It's just defamatory. It's just pointless. And the timing was super suspect. Super suspect. I mean, you had the points of... The Last of Us Part 2 review just coming out. All these kind of things. Weird timing. Very, very weird timing. So anyway, love to hear your thoughts. Let me know. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture, movie news, and then a bit of cancel culture stuff like this. Like I do cover it. So cheers. Take care.